Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the case of Ryanair up in the air, assessing the future trajectory of Ryanair low-cost mode for industrial simulation group case study. We are from Group 1. My name is Alia Shapanazihar.
My name is Tara Felicia Oh.
My name is Ratri Shafina.
My name is Masakan Zakila.
My name is Anastasia Arkanya Satyawan.
My name is Aisyah Minerdiman.
My name is Filza Anissa.
My name is Muhammad Haikal Rafi.
And let's move on to the next slide.
First, we will start off with the company profile. Ryanair Holdings PLC is the largest low-cost airline group headquartered in Swords, Dublin, Ireland. Ryanair Holdings PLC is Europe's largest airline group and parent company of Ryanair, Ryanair UK, Buzz, Lauda, and Malta Air. It has operated in over 40 countries and over 240 airports with 3,000 daily flights, with the selling point of price-sensitive leisure travelers, frequent flyers, and business travelers or students. Next. Now you're going to use the SCQ or situation, complication, and question to construct the key question. The complication or the rostering crisis in 2017, where Ryanair had to cancel up to 50 flights per day, inconveniencing over 400,000 customers, and also Ryanair's share price decreasing by over 17%. And also Ryanair has faced challenges related to the labor relations and also the potential of regulatory divergence in aviation and safety between UK and Europe to comprise operation due to the Brexit uncertainties, which leads to the question of how is Ryanair's long-term sustainability strategy? Next. This leads us to our model objective with the case goal of ensuring sustainability in Ryanair's business by maintaining the company's profitability and also secure Ryanair's enduring, stable, and risk-averse development by positioning it at the forefront of its competition with the output variables of profit margin, ROE, EBITDA growth, and ROA. Next.
On this part, we are going to explain our model input. Here, we also state the uncertainty and business impact of different factors of different variables. The first variable here is political, which has three factors, which are the Brexit issue, which was the withdrawal of the UK from the European Union. It has high uncertainty and high business impact. Next is Euroscepticism, which there is skepticism towards Europeans, which has high uncertainty and low business impact. And the last one is shifting power dynamics in Europe as a result of the Brexit issue, which has high business impact and uncertainty. Next.
Next, we have the economical variable. We have first the declining economy with both high uncertainty and business impact. Next, we have the rising fuel prices with both high uncertainty and business impact. Next, we have the increased government intervention in the airline industry with high uncertainty and low business impact, as well as the load factor with both high uncertainty and business impact. Next. Next, we have the increased income per capita with the high uncertainty and low business impact, the inflation rate with both high uncertainty and business impact, and competitors' actions again with both high uncertainty and business impact, and lastly, increased labor costs with both high uncertainty and business impact. Next.
Okay, moving on to the next variable, which is the social variables that has several factors. First is the labor strikes with both high uncertainty and business impact. Next is the demographic level with high uncertainty and low business impact. Next is the social media and travel influencers with both high uncertainty and business impact. Next is the business travel and corporate partnerships with both uncertainty and high uncertainty and business impact. And last is the customer service and brand perceptions with high uncertainty and business impact.
Okay, still regarding the social factors, now we have lifestyle choices and travel habits with high uncertainty and high business impact, labor relations and employee satisfaction with both low uncertainty and low business impact, culture sensitivity with both high uncertainty and business impact, crisis management with low uncertainty and high business impact, as well as terrorism and security concern with both high uncertainty and business impact.
Moving on to the next factors, we can see from the technology, we got the uncertainty and business impact from the factor of the artificial intelligence, AI. We got the high uncertainty with the low business impact. Augmented reality, we got the uncertainties, high uncertainties with the low business impact. And Internet of Things, we got the high uncertainties with the low business impact. For the next slide, we got cybersecurity with the high uncertainty with the low business impact, while big data analytic, we got high uncertainties with the high business impact. With additive manufacturing, 3D printing, we got uncertainties that high, but with the low business impact in technologies.
Now for the environmental factors, we have population growth and population pyramids with both low uncertainty and business impact. Next is public health events with both high uncertainty and high business impact. And also the next factor is natural disasters with high uncertainty and low business impact. And also weather conditions with high uncertainty and low business impact.
Next, we have legal, the factor the differences in goals in the EU member with high uncertainty and low business impact, and factor European energy policy regarding wars and neighborhood zone with both high uncertainty and high business impact. And the last two for legal is the last three of legal is boost to workers' right in the gig economy with both low and carbon offsetting and reducing scheme for international aviation both high, and also the government aviation authority regulation both high. Next.
Okay, so after identifying all the variables from various factors, we now aim to eliminate the endogenous variables as well as similar exogenous variables as follows. For instance, here we have fleet size, flight frequency, ticket prices, etc. And then there are also similar exogenous variables such as currency fluctuations and exchange rates. For more comprehensive explanation, you can directly check through the link we attach below. Next. Now we want to analyze the inputs by using impact uncertainty matrix. Here we aim to concentrate on variables in the high quadrant, which have the highest degree of future uncertainty and the greatest impact on the business. As you can see, those 8 variables that we would like to highlight are rising fuel prices, labor strikes, lifestyle choices and travel habits, increased labor costs, big data analytics, competitor actions, load factor, and shifting power dynamics. Next.
This next part, we have developed the alternative path where we have chose 8 variables from the factors before. Here we have the first 4 variables, which are the fuel prices, labor strikes, lifestyle choice, and travel habits, increased labor costs, with 3 different paths. The first path on the left is where the financial model has decreasing output. For the second path in the middle is where the financial model has stable output. And the third variable, or the third path on the right, is where the financial model has decreasing output. Next. Here is the next 4 variables, which are the big data analytics, competitor actions, load factor, and shifting power dynamics with the 3 different paths as explained previously. Next.
Okay, for the next slide, we are going to discuss about the initial scenario of the matrix from the previous alternative behavior patterns of the quadrants variables. From the first matrix itself, we got the title Sky Wars, price battles, and skyrocketing fuel costs, which is the integration between competitor actions and also fuel price, which have indicates 3 paths of each of the variable itself. From the chosen matrix that we have, we got from the path number 3 for the competitive action, and also for the fuel price, we got the path number 3 for the chosen one. And also moving on to the next slide, we got the matrix number 2, which is the integration between lifestyle choices and traveling habits, and also the predictive analytics, which we chosen that from the path number 1, 2, and 3. And from the title itself is also decoding lifestyle trend and riding big data of the Ryanair's aviation itself. We chosen the path number 2 for the lifestyle choice traveling habits, while for the predictive analytics, we chose the path number 3. Moving on to the next one.
Okay, so now this is for developing scenario 3. So we chose the combination of low labor cost increase and intense competitor actions. is posing threat to retain market share and risk customer loss. Next. Now for the scenario 4, we chose a combination of high positive shifts in European government policies and also with low level of labor strikes. And again, to get all the details of scenario stories, please do refer to the Google Sheets links below. Next. Okay, and after choosing the most informative scenario combinations, we then give evocative names for all 4 chosen scenarios. Next.
Our financial model structure comprises key components, including financial and non-financial key performance, income statement, cash flow, and balance sheet. 2 guiding assumptions inform our approach. First is the historical data from 2014 until 2018 is sourced from Ryanair's financial reports, supplemented by extrapolation for any missing data, while forecasts for 2019 until 2024 rely on a meticulous blend of linear regression, common size analysis, and a 5-year moving average for precise trend analysis. Next.
The first one that we want to talk is the BAU, which is business as usual. Ryanair BAU model that are constructed 5 years given data and 6-year forecasting. As we can see here, the ROI, net income, and ROA have spiked in 2015, 2016, but and then stable increase until 2024. Next. And for the EBITDA growth and EBITDA, in EBITDA growth, there is a downfall in 2016 and still decreasing. And for the EBITDA, there's a little spike in 2016, but increasing gradually. This is the scenario description. The first scenario, which is Sky Wars, price battles and skyrocketing fuel costs. The war happened, making an oil embargo rises jet fuel prices, forcing Ryanair to pass costs to the customer. For the business impact itself, it will increase the operating cost, decrease the load factor, decrease the number of seats, decrease the fleet size, and also decrease the net income. Next. And when we see the ROI, net income, and ROA, they show the same pattern, which is a sudden drop in 2019 and continue to gradually grow below until 2024. Next. And for the EBITDA growth and EBITDA, the EBITDA show the same patterns, but the EBITDA growth there is a very fall down in 2018 and 2021. Okay, next.
Moving on, we'll go to scenario 2, which is the synchronized soaring, decoding lifestyle trends, and riding the big data wave in Ryanair's aviation. Here we have a stable lifestyle choice and travel habits with an advanced predictive analysis. Here, Ryanair uses data analytics to stay abreast of contemporary lifestyle trends and optimize operation while offering a personalized experience. Ryanair offers to provide personalized in-flight services, and marketing collaboration have helped the airline establish itself as a customer-centric company in the aviation industry. Here, the business impact is increasing the passenger load factor, operating costs, staff costs, fixed asset, and net income. Next. Here we have the ROE, net income, and ROA. While having some decrease in 2017 based on Ryanair's ROE is expected to increase year by year, whereas the net income is expected to increase also in scenario 2, and Ryanair's ROA is expected to increase also year by year since 2019. Next. Here we have the EBITDA growth. Ryanair's EBITDA growth has grown steadily over past decade from the year 2014 to 2024, showing significant growth each year, whereas the EBITDA growth rate has been declining in recent years due to a number of factors, including the increased cost of fuel, the increasing competition from other airlines, and the economic slowdown in Europe. Next.
Moving on to scenario 3, titled Navigating the Perfect Storm, it showcases Ryanair's mixed landscape. While labor cost increments remain low, intense competition poses a significant threat. Input variables include customer service and brand perception, increased labor costs, and competitors' actions, each carrying distinctive impacts. Anticipated outcomes involve reduced income margins and sales, alongside escalated operational costs and fares. This scenario underscores the critical need for strategic agility to navigate fierce competition and prioritize customer relations amidst market pressures. Next. In scenario 3, Ryanair foresees a net income recovery, but below pre-turbulent levels, impacted by rising staff costs and a lower passenger load factor. Both ROE and ROA follow a similar trajectory, with a steady rise until 2020, followed by a decline in 2021 due to heightened competition and increased labor costs. These patterns are influenced by industry dynamics, competitive position, and the company's strategies in response to the competitions. Next. Now, moving on for the EBITDA and EBITDA growth, Ryanair's financial performance portrays a decline in 2018 until 2019, with subsequent recovery. However, stability remains elusive for EBITDA. The EBITDA growth exhibits significant and erratic fluctuations across all years, plunging to an extreme negative value, signaling an urgent need for immediate corrective measures due to its pronounced instability. Next.
Okay, so moving on to the last scenario, which is scenario 4, with the title of Ryanair's Financial Resilience, Strategic Cost Cutting, and Government Synergy Purple Growth Amidst Competitive Landscape. So basically, Ryanair addresses financial challenges with aggressive cost cutting amid increased competitions. And positive shifts in European governments lead to benefits like lower taxes, reduced bureaucracy, and potential route expansions, and for fostering increased demand and revenue opportunities. And these are the business impact. First is the high ancillary revenue, high scheduled revenue, high average ticket price, and high number of seats. Okay, so based on the business as usual model, we've managed to visualize the input variable. The first is the net income. In this scenario 4, the net income undergoes a general increasing trend. And for the ROE, the trend from 2014 and 2024 suggests a generally positive performance with several variations. And for the ROA, the trend shows consistent and generally positive performance with a notable peak in 2022. Next, for the input variable EBITDA, the fluctuating pattern in EBITDA from 2014 to 2024 indicates potential variability in the Ryanair's operating performance. And for the EBITDA growth, the fluctuating pattern from 2014 to 2024 suggests a degree of volatility in the company's operational performance.
Okay, so this is strategy 1 for our proposed solution for scenario 1. So point 1 is fuel price hedging. It is to make fuel prices more predictable, and its impact is to secure Ryanair financial position. And point number 2 in this strategy is to increase ancillary revenue, and by doing this, Ryanair offsets the impact of revenue loss due to other factors. And the last point is to trim the fleet or reduce the number of airplanes, and this is mainly to keep load factor high and also trim operational costs. Next. Now for the summary and the visualization of strategy 1 implementation for scenario 1, we can see that ROE shows positive results, net income shows a healthy positive trend, and the same thing goes with ROA. Next. And this one, similar situations can be seen in EBITDA and EBITDA growth, which both show positive trends. Next.
Okay, moving on to the next strategies, which is the second strategies of the passengers puzzles of the big data lifestyles inside of the Ryanair growth itself. From the proposed solutions that we're providing in the slides, we got the outsourcing data process that we're doing, and also the reduced staff costs, and also minimal investments towards the R&D and personals of the data processing itself. This, we hope for the impact of the data processing accuracies to increase accuracy and consistencies of the specialist expertise of the third parties professionals, leading toward more reliable and also insightful results. And then we got for the marketings, we're hoping for the potential increase in associates of the third-party service to potentially increase the marketing efforts of the analysis capabilities of Ryanair, and also for the data securities and privacies, we rely on the third-party providers to securities of to protect the sensitivity of the customer data itself, and to proven the track data records of the securities of the relevant data that are the customer have itself. And also for the last one is the service qualities and reliabilities. It also chosen for independence towards the provider quality service as well. Moving on to the next slide. We got the input variable for the net incomes, ROE, and also return of assets, ROA itself. For these strategies, the net incomes is increasing and representing growth of 7.1%. And for the ROE, we have some decrease from 2023 until 2024, but it have an healthy expectations of the ROA itself, and also for the ROA itself, for the stables at 15.8 at 2024. Moving on to the EBITDA and also EBITDA growth itself, for the Ryanair itself, having an expected continuous growth and also with a slower pace, while for the EBITDA growth itself, it indicates a current growth rate that are slower from each year, but also continue up financial health itself. Moving on to the next one.
Here we have the business strategy for scenario number 3, which is the Project Phoenix, utilizing data to soar above rising cost and competition. He provide several proposed solutions, which are the staff cost, where Ryanair allocates their expenses for staffing due to marketing in 2019, and then increase ticket prices, invest more on marketing, and maximize passenger loads. And here we also provide some impacts, which are the reduced turnover and hiring costs, where satisfied employees are less likely to leave, reducing the needs for constant recruitment and training, leading to cost saving. Increased revenue, where higher ticket prices can directly boost Ryanair's income. Improved service, where additional revenue could be used to invest in better aircraft, in-flight amenities, or customer service, which could attract more customers. And also increases brand awareness, where targeted and effective marketing can reach new customer segments, attracting more passengers and strengthen brand loyalty. Next is the result for the business strategy of scenario number 3. We have the first 3 variables, which are the net income, ROE, and ROA, where net income of strategy number 3 form stable and positive results from 2021. And for the ROE and ROA also has a stable results from 2021 onwards. Next. The next 2 variables are the EBITDA and EBITDA growth, where the EBITDA growth turns to the positive region, especially for 2021 and 2022. And it slightly declines in 2023 and 2024. For the EBITDA also shows a positive trend of near linear positive increase from 2021 onwards.
Okay, now moving on for scenario 4, which is actually already naturally beneficial. The strategy will no longer be about addressing challenges. Instead, it will be around maximizing revenue and strengthening the airline's position by capitalizing the current favorable condition. And to do this, here we propose 3 main solutions, which are to implement dynamic pricing strategies, adjust flight schedules and routes to match demand and prevent overcapacity, and also expand revenue streams by diversifying services and offerings. And as a result, these solutions will mainly affect the ticket price, number of seats available, as well as ancillary revenues. Next. Here is the visualization of the input variables after we implement the strategy. So as you can see, the net income in this scenario is considered to have risen steadily despite experiences declines in 2017 and 2022, but it can rebound even higher for the following years. And then for the ROE, there's an increase that can be observed with a peak in 2016. However, the trend indicates a decline after the year 2022. For the ROA itself. It also shows an upward trend, and based on the trend, it can be inferred that it will continually rise. Next. Now for the EBITDA, as shown, it has consistently grown over the period with notable increases starting in 2016. For the EBITDA growth, it shows a fluctuation with a peak in 2016, a dip in 2017, and subsequent positive growth, which reflect variability but an overall positive trend in earnings before non-cash expenses. Next.
The evaluation of each strategy across all 4 scenarios reveals a consistent enhancement in business results. Consequently, it can be concluded that all strategies demonstrate effectiveness in improving overall business outcomes. Next.
Now, this is business strategy recommendation for each of the scenario. So we deploy strategy 1 since it works best for scenario 1, and it tries to maintain profitability by dampening the external threats by maintaining the load factor to cut the costs and also expand its new sources of ancillary income growth. We can see that all the key business results in the right side improve after the strategy 1 is deployed.
Okay, moving on to the scenario 2. We have strategy recommendations for the decoding lifestyle trends and also riding big data wave. We got also an increase of an income with the strategy itself, which is navigating Sky's Ryanair strategics towards the lifestyle trend and big data. We got the improvement towards the NPVs of the net income, also the average ROA, and also the average of the EBITDA growth itself for the strategy number 2. Moving on.
Next, we have the scenario number 3 and the strategy number 3, where the condition of scenario number 3 is the low, while the low increase in labor cost provides a positive note for Ryanair, the company grapples with intense competition. Commodores' aggressive action poses a significant threat, elevating the pressure to maintain market share and risking customer loss. And by implementing the strategy 3, it is proven that the strategy can improve the net income, average ROA, and EBITDA growth.
Okay, moving on to the scenario 4 and strategy 4. So the Ryanair's comprehensive strategy worked best due to its focus on revenue optimizations through measures like dynamic ticket pricing, routes and schedules adjustment, and revenue diversifications. And after this being applied, we can see that the NPV net income, average ROA, and average EBITDA growth are improved.
Okay, for the conclusion summary of strategy and result, in strategy 1 is to navigate the turbulent skies. Ryanair employs full price hedging, boost accelerate revenue, and trim its fleet to weather the challenge of escalating fuel costs and intense competition in the aviation industry. This is the things that we did. Next, for the strategy 2.
In here, with advanced predictive analytics and stable lifestyle choices and travel habits trend from passengers, Ryanair maximizes its profit by outsourcing their data processing, which leads to reduced costs and minimal investment.
Now for strategy 3, Ryanair is able to navigate through the perfect storm by optimizing staff costs, adjusting ticket prices for increased revenue, allocating resources to marketing, and maximizing passenger load for optimal capacity and profitability.
And lastly, for strategy 4, Ryanair successfully capitalized the favorable conditions to strengthen their position and optimize business impact by implementing dynamic pricing strategies, adjusting flight schedules and routes to anticipate overcapacity, while also expanding their revenue streams to diversifications of services. Next.
Okay, after the descriptions of the scenario and also the strategy, and we also already chose the best strategy for each scenario. We're moving on to the group reflections. So basically the case study, while not inherently complex, demands a comprehensive understanding of various factors. It underscores the interconnected nature of elements within the scenario, where any change in one condition can significantly impact other fields. But in this course, we've mastered the art of industrial simulations for businesses. Beyond conventional forecasting, we explored creating alternative paths and establishing a business as usual model. Our focus extended to crafting strategies tailored to overcome potential challenges within these scenarios, ensuring adaptability, capitalizing on opportunities. Okay, so these are the references that we use. And that's all for our presentations. Thank you so much for your attention.